Hello there, this is Jedi Master Daniel 96, and today's episode, I am reviewing the first episode of Mandalorian Season 3, and they pretty much, label it as Chapter 17. I mean, they did that with, Season 2, where they pretty much, had it with, not numbering it with the season. They pretty much started out, Season 2 with Chapter 9 all the way to Chapter 16. So this one is, starting out with chapter 17. So they're pretty much, just continuously going with it with the seasons. So that's that there. And we haven't had The Mandalorian in 3 years. Actually, when you think about it, I mean, the Book of Boba Fett is pretty much Mando season 2.5, because that's pretty much how it ended to be with the Book of Boba Fett. I mean, where the first four of Book of Boba Fett was Boba Fett, and then you have the episodes focused on Din. Then, the finale's them together, and then it ends with, Mando and Grogu reuniting, so, just for the occasion of this video, so that's that there. And so, with all the rambling and stuff, so let's get to it. So, with this episode, we see a young Mandalorian, becoming one. So we have that, and then he gets his helmet, and then we'll say this is the way and all that. So it is a pretty cool opening with this episode. I thought, where you see all the different Mandalorians and all that stuff, I thought was pretty neat and all that. And then they'll say like this is the way, which is the big catchphrase of this series. And then we have a giant monster coming in. And with this, coming out the same time with The Bad Batch, so both this episode of The Mandalorian and the Bad Batch episode that we got both have a monster. So I just wanted to have that. So spoilers for the Bad Batch episode of this week. So that's that there. And then, we see Din and Grogu come to save the day in their Naboo N1 starfighter to take out the monster, and then they put some bombs on the monster as well with the Mandalorians and all that. And then we see Din, meet up with the armorer, and then, the armorer will say how he removed his helmet and stuff, because that's, their big thing and all that. You can't remove their helmet, so that's that there. So we have that part, and then we see Din and Grogu go to Navarro. They meet up with Greef Karga, who's played by Carl Weathers, so we have that. And they do explain what happens to Cara Dune, because obviously we all know that Gina Carano will not be in The Mandalorian anymore due to the controversies that happened a few years ago, so that's that there. So they do establish what happens to Cara Dune, and then so she's doing some stuff off screen, so they established that. I mean, it was whatever. I mean, I didn't really think it was that important to know what happened to Cara Dune after Mando Season 2. And then they do bring up about where they take Moff Gideon and stuff. And then we have a run-in with some pirates, so we have that. And there's like kind of this square off like a western with Greef and then this other. And then they, he shoots them. And then we see Din kill the other pirates and all that. So we have that part there. And then Din and Grogu leave Navarro. And then they come across a pirate ship. So we have like some pretty good action, like some space action with the N1 starfighter. And then there's the pirate ship, and then, he looks like this green sort of thing. Like, he looks, to me, like I've talked to someone and he told me that he reminded him of the Swamp Thing, the pirate leader, so that's that there. And then Din and Grogu jump into hyperspace and all that. And then, so we have that part there, and then he meets up with Bo-Katan. So we go to this Mandalorian castle, and then we see Bo-Katan on her throne at this Mandalorian castle. And my God, she is like a queen in my opinion. I am like, wow, that was some perfection with her as a queen. Because, Din is talking about, with Mandalore and all that. Because, they've had the Purge some years ago and all that stuff. So that's that there. And then with Bo-Katan, appearing at that bit, and that's kind of like near the end and all that stuff. And that's pretty much like a rundown of the episode. My thoughts on it, I thought it was a solid start to season 3. And, can't wait to see where the story goes with the third season of The Mandalorian. I think a lot of interesting things could happen with this season, and we'll just have to wait and see what next week has in store for us. And, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, man, there's just a lot of things that can go on and can't wait. And I'd probably rate this about an 8 out of 10 with this episode. So that's that there. And that does it for me in this video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you think down below. Did you like this episode? Not like this episode? Let me know all your thoughts down below. Share this video. Let's get to 600 subscribers. Follow me on Twitter, DanRS87, Instagram, JMD96_YT, Facebook, JamMasterDaniel96. Have a great day. May the force be with you, and this is the way.